The views and opinions on this show are for entertainment purposes only. The only factual information is any story that has happened to AT2 or the parties involved. Other than that, go ahead and get you a drink, get you something to eat, just relax and enjoy the show. Let's have fun. All right, y'all, let's get real. What's up, everybody, and welcome to a brand new episode of Talk the Real Deal with AT2. And of course, I'm your boy AT2. How everybody doing? How everybody living? How everybody feeling today? Thank you, everybody who reached out to me. Made sure that I was having a good time. I did go live behind the membership, but I know for the most part, you guys seen those pre-recorded videos. Those videos kind of held you over until I came back. So that's honestly another reason why I posted them. But it's good to be back. Let me say what's up to the people. What's up, Miss Bugs? Thank you for being here. What's up, Wanda? Thank you for being here as well. Vegas, shout out to my moderator, Vegas, for always holding it down. She plays a major role behind the scenes. What's up, Jayla? What's up, Miss Weedy? What's up, Queen B More? What's up, Callie? What's up, Sexy 60? I love seeing everybody. Denitra, Miss Barbara. Shout out to Miss Barbara. Thank you guys for being here. Cancer 66. What's up, everybody? Thank you. AT can. Oh, you know what? We already confirmed that I'm not canceled. Hold on. Let me change that real quick. Hold on. Let me see. Oh, why won't it let me change it? Hold on. See if it let me change it right now. All right, we'll change it later. I'm not canceled, damn it. You already know. What's up, Lori? Thank you for coming. Anyway, y'all, we are going to watch a video by Lyfe Productions. Shout out to them. Lyfe Productions, Real Life Street Stars. Also, this event was put together by DJ Genesis as well. So we're going to do a review on it. So I just thought of a few things, and the conversation was supposed to be Black relationships. What's up, Beauty for Ashes? Black relationships and how we can strengthen it, make it better. They failed at doing that. However, I think there was good and bad in here, and there's some things that should have been tweaked. Believe it or not, one of the things that I do want to call out, Mary D, shout out to you, is that I believe that Genesis should have been the moderator. You talking about Saneter? Yeah, Saneter, or Saneter, however you say his goddamn name. I'm not really a fan of him or Nepah, his wife. I believe they both suck, but a lot of the people in the Black conscious community, I don't really like them too much because I just feel like they're full of shit and it's all a money grab at the end of the day. Just for me personally, Jessica. Just for me personally, that's how I feel. But the thing about I know for y'all like, but you like Dr. Umar. Yeah, I like Dr. Umar because he's funny. And, do I believe in the stuff he says? No, of course not. And he also ain't built that school. And he's been talking about that since 2012. He's been talking about that school. But he's funny. The other ones, they don't get me like that. Like, they don't interest me. They don't have one-liners. They're not really entertaining. Like, when you listen to them, it's like, what the hell did I just hear? Like, you be trying to process what they be saying. It's a lot of bullshit they be saying most of the time. But I think Saneter should have been on the panel and not necessarily the moderator. But I'll explain how he ended up moderating and stuff like that. So all in all, I do want to say shout out to Real Life Street Stars. Shout out to DJ Genesis, because this is something, I've been talking about a long time. I wanted to do a live show and take my show on the road and stuff like that. Hopefully next year, fingers crossed. fingers, toes, everything crossed, I will be able to put on an AT2 live show when we do our meetup. So that definitely will happen. It will. It's going to go down and it will happen next year, 2024. Mark it on your calendar sometime around April, but mark it on your calendar, right? So anyway, so Saneter was the moderator. He was trying to get the questions divvied out. They had Nina Ali, which she's from Jocelyn's Cabaret. She was the one entangled in that whole Jocelyn, yeah, that situation. Yeah, y'all remember when the boyfriend hit her? Yeah, that's where she's from. And then they had Sidney Starr, which Sidney Starr is a clout chaser. She all over the place. She was on Baddies. She's basically known for ruining Chingy's career, even though I think Chingy just didn't have no more hits in him. But that's what she's known for, right? Nepah and Saneter on a relationship panel is hilarious and ironic. You know what? I think it would have been interesting if they turned that whole panel about poly relationships, because the Kevin guy is in a poly. Of course, Nepal and Saneter, we know them. And then, oh damn, what's his name? Taurus. They're all in a poly, right? Not together, but they all, well, except Nepal and Saneter, but they're together. But the other two guys on the panel were in a poly as well, but they didn't bring that up until the end, and I think that would have been a more interesting conversation. A few things that I noticed: that Sidney Starr showed up late. There was actually supposed to be somebody else to be on that panel too. I don't know if you guys know, but Anton Daniels, he was supposed to be there, but because everybody had showed up so late, he ended up bouncing. They in a poly, didn't he cheat on his wife with her? I don't know that cheat. I don't know. You got to give me the backstory, but yeah, I don't know about that. Is that what it was? And now that's his wife? Possibly. Let me change my background real quick. What's up, Kimster? Thank you for coming. So I'm gonna actually pull up the video right here. Let me pull it up. I should have had it already prepared for y'all, but I don't be, you know how I do. Here we go, y'all. As I pull it up. Okay. Oh, it looks a little frozen. All right. Oh no, not internet issues. Oh man, don't tell me it ain't gonna work. Hold on. I might have to use my other phone. Oh, by the way, I got an iPhone, so I'm team iPhone too. Oh, he did cheat. Okay, even though he's in a poly, he did cheat. Now, how you cheat in a poly relationship? Ain't that some shit? And that's my thing. I think these were the wrong people. These people did not mesh well, and also these were probably the wrong people to talk about the state of Black relationships. I don't think these were the best people. They should have tried again with other people. But I have to give them credit. You want controversial people, and you want people with different opinions, and definitely these are the kind of controversial people that you want. This meeting of the minds was very, very interesting, right? Oh, he cheated first. Now they're poly. Oh, okay. Now that's the story.
Beautiful. So we're gonna get into something serious today, man, and that's dealing with the Black male-female relationships. We gotta fix this thing. And a lot of times I always hear the brothers. You got brothers. Y'all ever heard of the manosphere? Anybody? I'm tired of hearing brothers blame the women for our condition today. if we say we the kings, how are you blaming your sister for what's going on in the world today, y'all? I have been called a simp many times because I'm always defending the sisters. And I say, she is who she is because we are who we are.
Now, for
Y'all
those
get
of
that?
you who don't know, the Anton Daniels guy, he's a part of the Red Pill and slash Manosphere. So that would have been an interesting conversation, them two together, because he just talked about, oh, they call me a simp, and have y'all ever heard of the Manosphere, blah, blah, blah. Now, that would have been an interesting battle right there. But unfortunately, because everybody was late, he dipped out. But let's go ahead and continue.
She is who she is today because we are who we are. If we was taking our rightful position and our place in society, believe me, our women will follow us. She's looking for a God. She's not looking for a God outside of herself. When she see the God that's inside of you, trust me, she gonna follow you. You know what I'm saying? Y'all brothers agree? Oh man, the brothers don't even agree on this one. Y'all brothers, I gotta wake up, man. Come on now. I'm gonna bring to the stage, right? Sister Amber Ali. Let's get Sister Amber Ali. Let's give a round of applause for Sister Amber Ali. Amber Ali, where's she at? Come on. Because we're going to deal with some serious topics today, some serious issues today. Yeah, let's give it up.
Okay, so Jessica said, no, he wasn't defending the sisters. He knew his boy was out there. Whew. Whew. And that's one of the reasons why I don't respect him. Thank you, Jessica, for saying it. I was going to mention it later, but hell, let's talk about it right now. I have a problem how they're all like, we need to wait until the evidence and we need to wait for this and that. But it was said that they had enough people reach out to them and let them know, like, hey, he doing this, he doing that. And not only this, also with money, he was taking people money and not giving them product. Excuse me. So Brother Polite was doing a lot. And, you know, basically Saneter was like, had his blinders on, like, oh, I'm blind to it. I don't see nothing. And it's all like, yo, that ain't right. That is not right. So it's a lot with that. Let me fast forward. And her name is Amber Ali. I'm sorry, I said Nina. Amber Ali. So Nader knew because he brought up another little girl when he was mad at him. Wow. Okay, let me skip that commercial. Mm. Oh no, why is the sound not working? Oh, what happened? Oh,
We all have our fights within our home.
my bad, y'all. I turned off the sound.
Husband, wife, we have our arguments. How do you handle conflict and disagreements in your relationship?
So the ultimate goal is that both of you guys are having a conversation to find the means to an end, not to be deflective of how the other person feels. So often what relationships struggle in is when one person goes to the other with the problem, the person that has been presented with the problem, they often don't deal with it well. Okay, so they deflect and they don't acknowledge what their partner is saying. So it doesn't hurt you to receive what your partner is saying. It's how they feel. It's their reality. And so talking
Not somebody walking in front of the camera.
having a big argument. Also learn each other. Nepah said something excellent. She said respect. A lot of times we don't understand or try to communicate with our partner without triggering them. So we'll yell at our wives, and our wives will say slick things back to us. And this is what happens when
I didn't hear about that.
Someone is not responding correctly to the other. So I always say, when you say something to that person's response should be to complete the conversation, not to deflect or flip it on you or anything like that.
Real quick, y'all. Let's give it up for our sister Genesis right here. She went through so much
There goes Genesis.
to put this event together. And people just take advantage of goodness, man. And I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? I do not like that. I just been put in this position right now today, y'all. I wasn't supposed to be up here doing this, but I had to fill in for someone. And so I can't leave our sister hanging. You know what I'm saying?
Hi.
Come on over here.
Give it up
So
for Sidney.
Saneter he just said it basically, and Sidney's about to come. She was late. Mind you, the event started 2 hours late anyway, and Sidney was later after it started. But anyway, they originally had another girl who had questions specifically for each panelist. And, you know, she was basically going to control the conversation. The reason why Saneter was kind of like all over the place and it didn't seem like he knew what he was doing, I think that's his disposition all the time. But but this one in particular, I think he was like all over the place because he stepped in last minute. So I will say kudos to him for stepping in last minute. But I told Genesis, I was like, Genesis, you should have been the moderator because you knew how it was supposed to go and how smoothly it was supposed to work. You should have been in one of those prom gowns and like those dresses that they do on those housewives at Love and Hip Hop reunions, had you on a bomb ass dress and everything sparkly and shit like that. So you stood out as the star. And then you moderating because you know how it goes. That's like me having a show and I'm not the moderator. I'm definitely going to be the moderator because I know how it's supposed to look. I know how it's supposed to sound. I know how to control and do the questions and stuff like that. So I think that Genesis probably should have been the moderator and then had Saneter on the panel. That's just my point of view, but let's listen.
Starr, everybody. Woo!
Hey, y'all.
Yes.
Sidney Starr, the
Divas in the
transgender
building.
divas in the building. I'm a little late, but I'm here. Sorry, y'all.
Right.
Better late than never.
Better late than never. Shout out to my cousin. Britt.
Oh, that's why his brain is frazzled.
All right.
Okay.
What have I missed? I know I missed a little bit.
Yeah,
but
well, I'm gonna go back.
Get me in it, so
I'm
I
gonna
can
go right back to the second question for you. How do you handle conflict and disagreement in your relationships?
That's a good question. How do I handle conflict and disagreement?
Yes.
I'll just be like, whose bank account is fatter, nigga?
Uh-oh.
So I got more money than you, so
Damn.
Right, Veronica.
Who's that?
All right. Hold on.
This a
everybody
fan
chill.
in the
Who's
audience.
that?
A fan in the audience that
Hold
wants to
on.
be me.
Hold on.
Baby,
Everybody
hold
calm
on.
down.
Who the
Let
fuck
the
is
fan
that?
stay here.
Who is this?
Let
hoe?
the fan. It's a fan. It's a fan that wants to be me. You want to be me, sweetie. You'll never
Oh
get to
my
status.
God.
You want
We
to be
trying
on
to
the
talk about
television
love.
shows I'm
Who is
on.
this?
You want to be on the
Security?
television shows I am. Sit down, get some hormones, get breast implants, cause you need to, baby, you're weird.
Okay, sit
You've
down,
been
baby.
stalking me. This is a stalker.
Just have a seat. Who is this?
These trannies. Baby, if you want to stay here, you might as well need to sit down and shut up. If you want to sit in here,
sit
before
down
you get
and
kicked
shut
out.
up.
You're
That's
gonna
what
get
the
kicked
fuck
out.
she said. Sit your ass down.
Yo, this
You
when
better sit
this
the
when the
fuck
music
down
supposed to come in,
before you
y'all.
get
Ain't nobody got
flooded
no
in this
music.
motherfucker.
You gonna get.
Alrighty, so what's the next question,
Yes,
Saneter?
Who let her
Sidney Starr,
in?
you
Who
child.
let the dogs out? Woof, 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 woof. Who let the dogs out? Woof, 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 woof. Who let the dogs out? We just got started.
Ooh, I'm scared.
So I was wondering how come there wasn't any security, like where is the security, you just letting somebody just become, because you have to pay for the event. So I'm kind of like, well, how did they even get in there? Like I was like so confused, like what was going on with that. And yeah, it was weird. But yeah, the girl came there to mess with Sidney or confront Sidney and stuff like that. And damn, I hate saying this, y'all. Sidney is known for putting on antics and putting on a show. I think that Sidney brought that girl there to do that. I think she brought that girl there to do that and confront her and do all that shit. I feel like Sidney Starr set that up herself. Am I wrong? Now y'all can tell me I'm wrong, but I believe like she set that up because that was just like random. Okay, Professor Cutie Pie, yeah. I'm all like, it looked like to me Sidney set that up herself, because who randomly shows up to confront Sidney Starr? Like, I mean, in reality, like we know who she is, but in reality, like, who cares about a Sidney Starr? Like, you can't tell me that somebody went there like, oh, I'm gonna try to do this because Sidney Starr. I'm gonna show up here because Sidney Starr is here. It's kind of like, who's Sidney Starr? Like. Right, Queen Bee, I wouldn't doubt. Right. I'm just all like, I don't know if it is what it is. And it totally threw off the show, too. The way they kind of stopped the show to address this and stuff like that, I'm all like, oh, Sidney set this up. This just didn't happen.
Yeah, the curse. You heard her, she said she has a curse on me. Woo! Okay. I'm scared. Baby, you're done. You're done. Bye. You're done. You'll never get this close to me ever again. Ever. You're done. You're done, hun.
I thought she was hungry at first, but I know she just ate some chicken, so.
Eat my asshole.
He said, I thought she was hungry at first, but she ate some chicken.
Baby, this is exactly why I need security everywhere I go. Right, I'm sorry, y'all. Well, I'm a reality TV personality. Bitches hate on me. It's fine. But this is why I need security everywhere I go. For hoes like that.
I will flood that bitch.
You should have recorded this shit.
One move.
All right. Come on, y'all. Come on. Let's not escalate it. Let's not escalate it in the audience. Let's calm down.
Saneter, start asking some questions.
From Chicago.
We got some young people in the audience.
I'm sorry, Mr. Moderator, but we from the west side of Chicago. We don't play those type of games.
I got you. Okay, so let me get back to the question.
Okay. So y'all heard Nepah, she was all like, start asking some questions, which is fine. This was in Texas, and I believe Dallas or around Dallas or something like that, Cali girl. But Nepah, like a lot of times when she's on Saneter's channel and stuff like that, she's usually like all like, oh, we need to do this, and she's trying to like control and like overtake. And I'm all like, yo, chill out, like. Do your own show if you want to control it and stuff like that. But it gets like annoying and it gets nagging. Remember I told y'all, like, y'all got to remember I'm a man. Do not nag me. Don't keep asking me the same questions. It gets on my nerves. That's kind of like why. I know y'all hate me, but it is what it is. If you in a committed relationship right now, ladies, don't nag your man. He don't like it. All right, let's continue.
Question that I asked you. How do you handle conflict and disagreement in your relationship?
Well, we see how she handled that.
If you want to finish it, you can finish it. Then we're going to go down.
I believe whoever has the bigger bank account can do and make the rules, in my opinion. I mean, I know we're living in a whole new day and age, lying, but sometimes a woman has more money than a man now. And in my perspective, I'm the trans woman, and I usually have way more money than the niggas I deal with. So they going to listen to me. And I'm gonna be like, look, nigga, you want this $200? I told you I was gonna give you later. What you want to do?
$200. What are you gonna do with $200?
Chicago, that
buy them some weed and flip it.
Some cheap niggas up there. Look here, Chicago.
Buy some weed and flip it.
All right. Come on. Let's get order, brother.
Okay, so then you just heard before I paused it, Nepah trying to control the conversation again. But yeah, Sydney Starr bringing that up about the $200 or whatever. She just sounds so stupid. And the thing is like this was supposed to be an intellectual panel and stuff like that, and nothing of the sort was intellectual about it. Like that's the problem. It was more like that's why when Dose of My Opinion said Sydney Starr is giving me Jaguar Wright, they might as well had crazy ass Jag up there, you know? I think Jag would have fit perfectly with this panel. I ain't even lying. She would have fit perfectly.
Brothers and sisters up here on the stage. We got young ones out there in the audience.
really
Let's try to get some order. Brother Kevin, you want to answer that question?
Dealing with conflict.
Oh no, you did that, right?
I think I
Because
did.
see, everybody throwing me off, man.
It's okay.
Let me get
Okay,
back to the
far
question.
as me dealing with conflicts, I will say that I haven't been the best at dealing with conflict. I have pulled up, I've busted windows, I've busted uncle windows who happen to be pastors. I've pulled up to mama cribs and sat on the horn for 15 seconds and pulled off. I've pulled up to side bitches' cribs and kicked they door in and beat their ass. So
Beat up Jocelyn from Jocelyn's Cabaret.
Remember, she from
Jocelyn
Zeus
with her
Network, so
coke
she ain't got
doing
no coof, y'all.
wrong shit.
Don't expect her to act like a lady. She from Zeus Network.
But you know what the fuck happened. But so I haven't been the best at handling conflicts, I'll be honest, but I'm learning and I'm praying. And I'm just hoping that I don't have to bust that many windows out to meet my husband. I would say handle it how you need to handle it. If you gotta smack the hoe,
Brittany,
you
where you
smack
going?
the hoe. You know, if you need to shake the bitch, you shake
Where
the
you going?
bitch. No, seriously though, you handle it how you need to handle it because sometimes it's people that you meet that needs to understand. You're not gonna keep meeting people and playing games with them. You're not gonna keep lying. You're not gonna keep trying to be slick. You're not gonna keep finessing. So if I gotta grab this 2x4 and go across your shit, next relationship you get in, you're gonna know. Period. Like, you right, baby.
Well,
I feel you.
and
All
that's
right,
not always
Nepal,
the
you
best
want me to
way
read the
to
question
handle
again?
it, but I know you're trying. You did say that. You are trying.
Says who?
You just said you're trying, and I appreciate you for saying
Hey
that.
now, tell me how I should do it, mama.
No, actually, no one's perfect. So I'm not looking down on you for saying that. You know, everybody has had relationship issues. People get hurt, and you're investing your entire life into your relationship.
Thank you.
So, you know, sometimes they say love gets you seeing red and everything. So the idea is really to just try to protect yourself. When you see somebody's mistreating you and you know they're hurting you and you've invested all your love into this person and this person just keeps on playing with you and doing things to just gaslight you, you have to look at yourself and say, what about my soul child? And that's yourself. You say, you know what? Am I going to bust this window out? Yeah, this guy will be set back maybe, 500-600. But what about my soul child? Because my soul child doesn't need this. And I'm not chastising her because, like I said, nobody is perfect.
What is a soul child?
Soul child is
Is that like music, soul child?
kind of, it's like yourself.
Now, Nepah, like this was actually shocking because Nepah offers nothing usually, but I felt like she was actually being intellectual and she was trying to offer something about your, soul child. And then you hear the Amber Ali say, "Oh, you talking about like music, soul child?" Now, why would you make a joke and the lady trying to have some deep spiritual, black conscious, woke, motherland speech? Like why would you enter? I'm stupid, y'all. Let's continue.
When you are a parent, you do everything for your child. You would kill for your child, die for your child. You do everything to protect your child. So you have to start looking at yourself like you look at your children. And when you do that, you start to see you make better choices for yourself. You make a lot. When you actually look at yourself as you look at your child, then you make better choices for yourself.
And if you don't have kids like me,
well, then that's what I'm saying. You love your soul child. You love yourself first.
Usually when ladies end up having a child, they end up changing everything in a good way about themselves too. So I know, look at Krishan Rock. it seems like she's been changed since she's had this baby.
You right, Wu Child.
No, she went back to him.
Well, yeah, and I don't want to focus too much on having children because there are women, young women who are single and don't have children. My point is, you want to first think about what's best for yourself. So yeah, he hurt you, so you want to hurt him. Remember that I said you give back negativity. It's when I say it's about reciprocity, it doesn't always mean that reciprocity is going to work out for you. You want to feed back what you get. And when you see that you're feeding back negativity that's going to damage you, then you want to step away and say, I'm going to protect my soul child and find somebody who appreciates me. Somebody who, and that's better. Trust me, everyone in this room knows that is easier said than done. If anybody's telling you about relationships and you think, oh, they're so perfect, then, you're fooled. We're all trying to have our best relationship. That's all I can do for you. If it doesn't resonate with you, like I said.
All right, so let's because honestly, Amber and Sidney Starr was way out their league with this conversation. I mean, so was Nepah and Saneter, but they were way out their league with this conversation. And I honestly just felt like Sidney bringing up, yeah, look at Krishan, see, she changed. Changed what? She's still doing the same. She just said on the Jason Lee show that, her and Blueface are still getting it on, even though he's supposed to be married or getting married or just proposed to the other chick, the Jaden chick. So Krishan hasn't learned anything. All that fake, because they always love to find God. See, y'all going to hell playing with God like that. See, they don't like that. But let's continue, y'all.
Pick out the meat, spit out the bones. What do you think about that?
Can we talk about making ladies it's the word where we agree to how sugar daddy's been a thing. Let's make it where it's okay to be a sugar mama. Do you agree with that? No.
Yeah, y'all went from sugar mamas to busting people upside the head. He got to go.
I'm just saying the new day and age. I think
okay.
I think it's cool for a lady to serve her man, to do for him, to make it not all on him as far as he has to take care of everything in the household, which is the old days way. You feel me? Y'all don't agree with that?
So I'll say it's beautiful when a woman can buy things for her man, treat him. But the aspect of a sugar mama would cripple the man. Men are built for utility. So we're supposed to provide for our children. Anybody who comes from our wives, we're supposed to provide for them. So
you don't agree with that?
If you have, not from the aspect of a sugar mama, like he just leeches off of her or goes to her for everything that he needs. A man should be able to pay. And all that shows discipline, responsibility, and
Okay.
It's a difference between sugar mama and treat your man good. It's a difference between that.
Okay, but why is it okay for?
So I want to talk about the whole, is it okay to have a sugar mama? I don't know. Like I don't understand what this had to do with Black relationships and it had nothing to do with nothing, and so Sidney bringing up the sugar mama, and do I think that there should be sugar mamas out there taking care of men? Yes, because I would love to get taken care of. I ain't gonna say no to that. Screw that. Oh, men should provide. They should do this. Yes, I do believe in that, but I don't think there's anything wrong. If I had a sugar mama who wanted to take care of me, fulfill my needs, give me everything that I wanted, I would not say no. And honestly, to tell you the truth, I'm gonna tell you a secret about all men. None of them would say no. If a woman said, I want to take care of you, you wouldn't hear that mumbo jumbo about that, oh yeah, I'm a man and I need to be able to provide for my family. No. If a woman wanted to take care of a man like a man does, we would be A-okay with that. all men who say, "Oh, I would never take a sugar mama and I would never do this," lies. Hell, some of them look for sugar daddy. So I mean, it is what it is. So but Sidney bringing up this conversation, this had nothing to really do with the topic. Like, that's why I was like, really, Sidney, come on now.
Why is it okay for a woman to have a sugar daddy then? Like, what's because we normalize
No,
that
you're
all
right.
the
You're
time.
right. It's also a perverted style of relationship.
Ooh. I don't know about a perverted style relationship. Like, as long as all parties are legal, it's not perverted. I don't know about that one. What's up, Melanie?
We might need this sister to get up
we
here on
need
the
his
stage,
microphone.
man.
We need them to get some mics,
Can
guys,
somebody
in the
come get
audience.
this wireless microphone and take it to the audience? Can somebody get this wireless?
Janae, come get this mic.
Before they get the mic, have y'all realized that
Oh,
there has
she will
been
be the one with the
sugar
money.
daddies that married their sugar babies?
Mm.
It's a wireless mic right here.
So you have
Wireless.
okay, you have to understand, I'm 43. I've been your age, but I've been younger. That sugar
One
daddy,
at a time. Let us speak. Let us speak, y'all.
The sugar daddy, sugar mama thing is not working, because if it was working, then it wouldn't be so many women that are left being moms by themselves, not financially stable. This little money. If you show me one person right now in this room, I'm not talking about famous, who have a sugar daddy, who has the IUL, who has the IUL, who tells me what their investments
What's the
were,
IUL, y'all?
what they made today, and they have the longevity of life. Tell me they'll be able to take care of them. Show me a sugar mama right now in this room who'll be able to take care of themselves.
Me, nigga.
Wait a minute. Longevity. I'm not talking about when him giving you $10,000. I'm talking about future. An IUL.
I'm talking about right now, what I could do for myself. Y'all problem is y'all waiting for a nigga to take care of you.
I make $75,000 a year. I ain't waiting for a motherfucker
Oh,
body
I
to
make
take
more,
care of me.
but it's okay.
Now,
So what I'm saying is,
don't put me in the dog.
I'm not.
Y'all speak in the microphone. Speak in the microphone.
I'm just disagreeing with what you saying. You saying who works or what works for a sugar baby, or it don't work. It don't work if you're trying to get married, if you're trying to be in love, if you're trying to be kept. But for women who's not, it works. So it don't work for you, babe, but you can't.
Oh, okay then.
It worked for me though.
But guess what? I learned how to get
It worked for me though.
It worked for me too, child.
Listen, baby, I learned how to get
bread.
I had a husband,
Shit.
right? We had a
Where the
salon,
sugar daddies
and
at?
I'm still on my shit, right? So
Shit.
it's working for you right now. But let me tell
5K
you
a week in this
something.
bitch.
My mama and them
Ooh,
titties
it don't
gonna
work
sag.
for you.
Yes,
You heard
she
me? It's gonna
did.
be a younger girl that's gonna come by.
And when them titties sag, that's when I'm gonna get a nigga.
Hold on.
You know
Now,
what?
guess what?
Right
They
now,
gonna call you run
Speaking to
through.
the microphone. Speaking to the microphone.
They
You
gonna
don't
call
have to be ran through. I feel like that's a
Just listen.
misconception.
If you just, instead of trying to respond, and just listen to someone.
Again, it's entertaining. However, what does this have to do with black relationships? This has nothing. What's up, LA? This has nothing to do with black relationships.
Who's
I'ma
just
hear
trying to
you,
just
babe.
tell you something.
Okay, go
that
ahead.
It's cute now, but when you
Okay.
get older, it's not going to be cute.
I feel that.
Okay, I
It's
feel
not
that.
going to be cute. So when I say somebody who is financially, spiritually, and all together from a sugar daddy,
I know, Lucha. I was hoping they would
you're
fight.
gonna get older. You're
I
gonna
was waiting too.
So while you're occupying this space at this time, you have to think about later, because it's sometimes
When you get older, what part doesn't work?
what do you mean?
When you get older, what part doesn't work?
I got married at 30.
What are you missing
So,
right
hang
now?
on.
That's what we
So
asking.
everything that a sugar daddy did could have done, my husband did.
Can I add something, please?
What are you
I had a
missing?
home.
Go ahead, Kevin. Kevin's gonna ask some.
So I mean, I may not have been.
That's not necessarily a sugar daddy, though. See, you got it two
Can
different.
I add something?
You asked me what did I do?
But the husband ain't doing what a sugar daddy would do.
I got married at 30.
Boyfriends pay bills. That's the same thing
All right,
your
so
husband
look,
did. Pay
guys.
some bills. Sugar daddies go a little bit beyond.
But guess what? When we got divorced,
Sorry.
Guess what?
Hey, guys. Let me say this
All
real
right,
quick.
let's get on back on this panel, y'all. Come on,
I
let's get
feel
back on
you.
this
I
panel.
feel you what you're saying, sis. I feel like you got a lot of emotions because of what you've been through. But for what? See, look, I gave you a turn, but you gotta let me talk too. Like we two women. Well, I heard you out. Hear me out. You know, I feel like you have a lot of feelings just because you were a little louder, you were a little.
Yo, you see Sidney on the phone. She calling car services to come and pick her up because she over this bullshit. However, again, why did the audience like take over the show? These two girls are arguing about hoism and literally took over the whole show. I'm like, usually you wait for like the questions at the end. Like, you know, if anybody want to say anything, you wait for the questions at the end, right? Not in the middle of the show because they totally took it over and only allowed them like 1 second. They should, or 1 minute, I mean, 1 minute to talk. Why are they talking for like the majority of the goddamn show? Here we go, y'all.
A little more aggressive, and I was listening to you. Just like when I started to talk, you talking over me. So I heard where you were coming from. But what I'm saying is, it works for me because I am agreeing with you.
Genesis.
A lot of things that you said are true.
There's a wireless
So
mic
my
right
question
there.
to you, what we were both trying to ask you,
I hate you, Jessica.
I never said that, babe. But I
It's
said you
okay.
had a lot of feelings. I said I was listening to you and I agreed, but I feel like maybe I should have talked to you because you upset with me or something. I'm just trying to talk to you back.
It's supposed to be about Black relationships.
So I'm saying like what the question was we was having is like what you're missing because you said your
Speaking to the mic, love.
I'm sorry, thank you. You said that your husband was doing a lot of the things that
Mhm.
the sugar daddies was doing. You said as you get older, you know, your titties will sag and you know it's not as fulfilling. So I'm asking you, what I was trying to ask you is what are you missing now? Like what are you saying as to now? Because right now it's working for me. I know my titties will, I'm 30. I'm not 21 like you think. I'm 30 years old. So I got 10 years to be where you, okay, 13, to be where you at, which is not long. Time works like that, okay? So what you're saying is, as you get older and stuff like that, it doesn't work. I'm asking you, what are you missing now? You said you were married, or are you still married? So that don't work for you. So the question was, okay, so let me go back to y'all. Let me answer that. Let me answer that. So what y'all asked was what's working for, or why is working for us? I'm gonna tell you because I make so much motherfucking money and I still ain't gotta pay my bills. That works for me. I don't have to lay up with a nigga. I'm a makeup artist. I don't have to lay up with a nigga every night. I don't have to answer no questions. If I decide
All right,
to
let's
be
bring
with
it back
a
to the
nigga,
panel, family. Let's bring it back.
I will.
Get that
That's
mic.
how it
Get that mic. Get that mic. Let's
We
bring
can
that
get the
mic back.
Hot mic, hot mic.
Y'all talk some real shit though.
So I was gonna say,
They
I guess
definitely
that's
needed
solid,
some kind
right?
of order.
Hold
Sure,
up,
sure,
Kevin.
sure,
Kevin,
Hold on.
hold up for 1 minute. Go ahead,
First
brother.
thing you said,
They definitely needed some kind of order, and there was no order. And that went on way too long, that conversation. You know, that whole, honestly, I don't even know why that was an argument. If you want a sugar daddy or you want a sugar mama, like, who cares? Like, that's their business. I don't know why the one lady, the one that said she was 43 years old, I don't know why she cared so much about them wanting to be sugar babies and shit. Like, have you not seen whatchamacallit, Zeus Network? I don't watch it either, but I know they all love being sugar, love spreading hoism. HOE-ism. Love spreading hoism. I know what it's about. What kind of answer did you expect? But a hoism answer. That's the kind of damn whatever, y'all.
when we came in, was it's the man's fault that women are like this. I don't understand how no man made her break windows, how no man makes this woman a sugar lady. I don't understand how we are at fault. This is a woman's fault. This is what
It's
we don't
our
blame
fault.
that.
So
What has happened is they tried to demasculate men.
By the way, this guy is going to piss off all the black women.
They
Don't worry.
allow us to be men. There is no thing. I make 3 times more than my wife. I would never be like, oh, I make more than you. I'm the boss. She the boss of the house. I don't understand how these women are like this. This is what happened to me when I was about 20. I was in college. This one girl I liked. She was all that. I was in fraternity, played football, all kinds of girls, but I wanted to pursue her. And she said to me, because she said, you're a player.
Oh my
I said,
God.
I'll change for you, babe. She said, you'll never get me how you are. I'll never see you. You can't. So in order to get someone, you have to change first. A lot of y'all are talking, when I get married, you'll never find a man. What man is going to say, I want a woman who busts my windows? That just doesn't happen. So when you act like that,
You got a point.
that's not a man. That's not a man. See, the problem is y'all deal with a
We
lot
don't
of
like
boys.
crazy.
And the reason y'all deal with boys is because they mama raised them and they didn't have a father in the house. Because if you have a real man, he won't have that. He's not going to deal with that type of woman.
I was gonna say they're not gonna stay around long enough.
He don't deal with that. And so these single moms are raising boys that they wouldn't even date.
Why did their mothers raise them? That is an individual basis for each person. Sometimes the mother pushes the man out. Sometimes the man abandons the home. But the fact is, one person raising a child typically doesn't give a child what they need. They often lack in their development, right? So I heard what you said, brother, and you're absolutely correct. We are responsible for the decisions that we make, right? So if I get upset and I react in a certain way, I can't really blame the other person, but we have to understand how dangerous, and I said that right, dangerous relationships are for us.
You are in control of your own emotions.
We're not prepared for what relationships entail. Most people are not going to be honest in their commitments. And when they lie to you, when they cheat on you, it's going to break your heart. And if you're not prepared for that, you're going to respond in the worst way. And now you're going to be looked at like your character is low, but really you're hurting. And the things that we do whenever we're hurting is we destroy each other. And so a lot of our children, like my son now, he has a girlfriend. I fear for him because he potentially will get his heart broken. He may break hers. And if we don't prepare our children for breakups and heartaches, and not being honest, they're going to lose their own life or their own freedom. Because when we get our hearts broken, especially these young kids, we're doing this in our adult age, y'all. Somebody don't do us right, they lie to us, we think we have the right to hit them. Somebody cheat on us, we think we have a right to end their lives. Imagine telling somebody's mother you ended their daughter's life because she cheated on you. That's crazy. Walk away if the person's not treating you right.
That's the man living in that.
It makes more sense to walk away. But if we are emotionally invested in these relationships and people are just walking all over us, typically it brings the worst out of us. So this is why we should just walk away from people who don't know how to act.
So far, Kevin is my favorite so far.
Right?
Thank you, Kevin.
It's not that easy to just walk away though. Because I've been in the look.
So here's what I say. Cry in the car. Okay. I don't care if you love them. I don't care if you love them and you still want to be with them. Sometimes you have to make the best decision for your life and your freedom, your future. So even if you care about them, sometimes you have to just leave them alone because your love for them is not going to make them act right. Your trust
we wondering
for them
too, Daniel.
no indication that they'll be trustworthy. It's just not. So when you watch somebody's patterns and you realize the way they're behaving is counterproductive to a harmonic relationship, if you have to cry in the car, cry in the car. Because if you stay with that person because of your emotions, they're not going to change. And that's when you spiral out and do the worst to them. You done told them 1,000 times, stop cheating on you. Now what you going to do? You catch them again. Now you're burning up. Now you're hurting something, hurting yourself. So just avoid them, leave them alone.
And there's really no justification for busting windows, but I bust the windows because I felt in that moment I was fed up. I had already been through a heartbreak off and on, 10 years off and on. You never know what a person been through, what they going through, what they feeling. And in that moment, it's like, I'm either going to do that or I'm going to do something worse.
Because you attract what you are. I'm letting you know.
I attract what I am.
You attract what you are. I came from parents who were very argumentative. And then when I got with a female, I dated females who were argumentative.
Okay, here we go. Here we go, y'all.
Say, hold up. This is what I'm looking for. I'm attracting.
You're about to make y'all mad.
There's a reason why most women who are in domestic violence, they say, I don't want this. They leave and they get with somebody else who's the same way.
How long you and your wife been together?
10 years.
Good question.
I was gonna say because she's very beautiful.
Thank you.
And she look like she don't take no shit.
Yes, she do.
Just by looking at her, she looking like, look, I'm a bad ish. I can,
But he looks like.
And I'm gonna say this because I'm sorry. I'm a passport
by the
bro.
looks of things, but
my wife from Dominican Republic. And the reason I went over there is because she's submissive.
Yo soy dominicana.
She's submissive. She cooks. She does all that. That's just how it is. And what happens is, I think.
Sorry to cut you off, but I've been lately into the Dominican men myself. Family, boom, baby. Look.
But I think women nowadays think that by being submissive, that's weak. That is the most powerful thing you can be.
But as soon as we be submissive and we let them drive the car, they crash it. And we end up having to clean up the wreck.
You do not get.
So what is like?
Do not get with a man that you cannot submit to.
Thank you.
Okay, he must embody all the principles of who you want your son to be. So don't submit to a man who's unworthy of that. So if you submit to the right man, a capable man, you'll have a healthy relationship. I promise you. He will not take advantage of your femininity.
Yes, a lot of men want to be submitted to, but they're not worth submitting to, and they don't take the steps.
All right, hold on. Let me get to another question for y'all. Let me come with another question.
That's facts. Thank you.
Those men you don't submit to.
Thank you.
Those men.
That's when a Buick want a Benz.
All right.
That's when a Buick want a Benz. It doesn't make sense.
All right. Next question, y'all. Next question. What advice do you have for individuals struggling with communication in their relationships?
I'm struggling with communication, so I can't tell you.
All right. Go ahead, Brother Kevin.
There's also an audience member that addressed the passport, bro. I thought that was coming up next, but that's a little later on in the show. So I'll go ahead and pause it right there. Okay. So, well, before I get to the passport, bros, I want to address this whole submissive thing. Because it's always like the black woman is angry. She doesn't know how to be submissive. She doesn't know how to cater to her man. And for me personally, I don't want you to be submissive. I want you to love me. And I almost think when people say they want their woman to be submissive, I think what they actually mean is they want more love and affection. Because when I hear the word submissive, because y'all don't open my mind to all this freaky stuff, I think of like the S&M stuff, you know, when I hear of a sub or a master or something like that, right? That's what I think of when I hear the word submissive. And so I don't think it's actually like being submissive is what men are looking for. I think we are looking more of that. We're looking for validation and we're looking for love. We're looking to be wanted, to be cared for. That's what we're actually looking for. So when it comes to that conversation, like women need to be more submissive, I don't like that submissive word. You know, I don't really like that because I think of like slavery or some shit. Excuse me, and that's not what I'm looking for. I think it should be. I think when men say submissive, I think they're actually trying to say love because that's what I want. I want that love, and I want to know that you love me, care for me, willing to jump out of a plane with no parachute for me. That's what I want, damn it. You willing to jump out a plane with no parachute on? That's what I want. What's up, Margot? Margot said submissive nowadays, servant, because anyone can be submissive. They be like submit. Yeah, like it's weird. Like when I hear that word submissive, like I don't know if people actually know what that word means or that's just something they say. So personally for me, I don't like that submissive term, you know? AT2, the Bible does say submit. And that's not to say, let me choke and give them safe word. It's like, no, I know women are supposed to submit to their men. I know that in the Bible, but I don't exactly know if it said like, you need to basically, well, let's put it this way. Since we're going to throw in religion, there's a lot of religions you're not supposed to get divorced. Even if it's a situation where the man is cheating on you, beating you, doing X, Y, and Z to you, a woman is supposed to work out her issues and still be with that man. Divorce it's not a sin, but the way it's characterized in the Bible and stuff like that, getting a divorce is looked at as a bad thing, especially for the woman. She has like a scarlet letter on her if she gets a divorce. And so when we hear that word submit, I don't think it was supposed to be in like, oh, I praise you and oh, and no, of it. Like, I think it was like you were supposed to love and, you know, confine in your man. And I think that's the way it was supposed to be written. Because like I said, I don't necessarily need like a submissive woman, but I want her to love me and just love everything about AT2. I want her to love my smelly ass drawers. That's how much I want her to love me. You know? And I'll drop the link later in the show. I just want to get through this. Now the passport bro, right? I wanted to, and thank you for your comments. I'm not ignoring you guys. I just wanted to get through my point. And especially when this is about Black relationships, I think he should have kept that to himself. Because it does degrade mostly Black women when you say, oh, I'm a passport bro and I go overseas because they know how to submit. And again, this whole submissive, I think the word is so overused that it basically lost its meaning. And I don't think Latino or Hispanic women, Asian women, white women, like women are women. They all have attitudes. They all will cuss you out. They all are cuckoo. It doesn't matter like the race, creed, ethnicity. It doesn't matter. They're all crazy. And so, you know, get into that conversation like, oh, you need to go overseas and get you a submissive woman and stuff like that. If you go overseas to get you a submissive woman, she's probably submissive because she's going to submit to that green card. She's going to submit to that citizenship. She is going to submit so she can be a U.S. citizen. She is going to submit so she can get 50 billion social security numbers like them Nigerians. That's why if you go overseas and get you a woman, she is going to be submissive because she gonna want to come over here to the United States. You know, that it is what it is. Let's continue the conversation, y'all. Oh, did it start? Oh, what happened? And shout out to all the Asians, Nigerians, Algerians. Shout out to all of y'all. You know, it's all love. I love y'all.
Listen to your partner, hear their true concerns, and try to respond to their true concerns. Don't change what they just said to you. Don't flip it around. Listen to their concerns. If they came to you with a problem, don't raise your issues. Handle their problems. Okay? That's how you show someone that you care about them and you love them. Once you handle the issues, if you have an issue, now raise it. But don't disregard each other. That's the number one thing that lowers the value of a relationship. Yes,
Make them feel as if you understand and you relate to them as well. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's.
We're so conditioned and we've been over the course of time so manipulated mentally that our first thing is to defend. If someone comes to us, even in a relationship, when our partner comes to us with a concern, we're immediately jumping to defend ourselves in our position. So the thing is, we're so ready, instead of responding, we're ready to react.
Absolutely.
So we're listening for something that's going, we're actively and unconsciously listening for that trigger so that we can immediately jump on the defensive, as opposed to listening to one another and actually receiving and accepting their energy, whatever emotion, absolutely, whatever they're trying to convey to us that they're feeling, and we immediately go on the attack.
That's it.
So it's all about we're not having conversations to hear or listen. We're having conversations or waiting for our opportunity to defend ourselves or to defend our position or to immediately react and discount their emotion and what they're feeling. Absolutely. So that's a big problem in our community.
So we're listening to respond.
All right.
And not listen.
Can you get that mic to my cousin? She can please.
Yes, I want to say something first. Someone spoke about the fact that you attract who you are. And I think a lot of times when we do draw certain vibrations to us, it's stuff that we have to work on. So if someone is saying something that we don't like, it's the shadow work that we have to do. We really have to take time to learn who we are. What triggers me? That's what I was talking about earlier. The mirror. The mirror is everything. Being able to be honest with yourself and say, I'm very temperamental. I'm very quick to judge somebody. I'm very quick to speak before I even listen. We have to create a sacred space for both energies because it's male and female. It's yin and yang. It's always an opposite of everything. Your perspective or your reality may be different from my perspective and my reality. But if you love a person, and you don't have to be in love with that person to share love with that person. If you really want to share love with humanity, then you be the best you that you can be, the best version of you that you can be, because that's what attracts.
Maybe she
When
should
we
have been on the
attract
panel.
things, it comes from the non-physical. The energy that you call God, the energy that you don't see, but you have to connect with that. You have to raise your vibration. It's not about being back and forth. It's about, okay, what is it that you're saying? And really holding space for that person. That's what I want to say. We have
That's
to hold
amazing.
space and
That
respect.
was a great response. That was amazing.
Thank
you. Yes.
Oh
I
man.
think the biggest piece to all of this is accountability. A lot of us are sharing a lot of our experiences based on emotion, and
Hi,
emotion doesn't
Joyful.
always solve the problem. We have to think with logic. In the spirit of what you're speaking of, in terms of us being defensive in conversation, that's work on our part. We cannot control other people. So if we're not ready to hear criticism or accept things that are going to help make us better, essentially, we should not be in a relationship because we have more work to do.
Yeah.
But to Mr. Passport Bro, I think you placed a lot of accountability on other people and not enough accountability on self. I'm not saying that, because I don't know you from a can of paint and I don't know what you've done in your past, who you are today. All I'm saying is things started from somewhere. And so we can't pick up where they started, but we can fix where it is now by working on self and communicating properly, effectively, and not blaming people. I'm a single mother. And so, yes, it could be work that I need to do, but I felt triggered by the things that you said as a single mother because I'm doing everything that I can to raise my children properly, of sound mind. And I don't raise them with just emotion. I raise them with logic because we are logical people and we cannot make decisions off emotion. So I think that, again, accountability is really huge when it comes to having those
She
difficult
should have been on the panel.
conversations, having that communication with people, learning to dig within self why we're triggered, as Ms. said, and work on that because I'm not responsible for how you react to something I say. That's work that you have to do. I am responsible for how I say it, but your reaction needs to be on you. If you want to get up in arms, argue with me, yell at me, you need to tone it down, take a step back. I'm going to remove myself because I know I don't respond well to being yelled at. So in order for me to be effective in our communication, I'm going to take a step back. I'm going to reevaluate the conversation and approach it in a different way. So self-awareness, accountability.
And make sure you guys hit that like button. Thank you, Melanie.
Give it up for y'all.
That's
Give it up.
that's
Come
my
on,
baby
because we're
cousin.
coming back
Thank you,
around
Brittany.
to the positive information, y'all.
Oh, that's
I'm
Brittany's
very,
cousin.
look, Brittany, you did that. Even though I'm older than you, my little cousin is a little bit smarter than me, probably, because I'm a dumb blonde.
A lot smarter
But
than
did
you.
that because usually
I wanted to bring up something because I know a lot of times we talk about like black women attracting like the wrong man and stuff like that. But I think also it goes both ways as men attract the wrong women as well too. And I don't again, I will always say I don't believe it has anything to do with the race or anything like that. I think it's the people that you attract and probably the people within your surroundings aren't good for you. Like say like well, I mean, you guys all know this. Like the black people in California aren't the same black people in Texas and so forth, so forth. Even within the state, you know, we have Southern California and we got Northern California. Us in the Bay are different than the people in LA. So wherever you go to, the black people are going to be different. So you can't typecast them all. And I feel like that's a lot of where it comes from with the passport bros. It's all like they probably only looking for the black people within their neighborhoods where they grew up. Yeah, those might not be the people for you, and so you know you got to go venture out and find something else. But I don't necessarily believe like, oh yeah, this is this blankets them all. You know what I mean? So it's a bigger conversation, but I like what she was saying, and she should have took Sidney's spot. Moving on.
I feel like to make things work, all you got to do is give a person a present in the relationship, and we'll be all good. You give them, money is the key to happiness and the root of evil, but it does make people happy. Brittany, I
So
hope
just give them money, Sidney.
I hope my
Wow.
cousin didn't make you mad to leave. Oh, okay. No, okay.
They've been here for a while, girl. They've been waiting on you for hours, Sidney.
Okay, I thought they were upset.
No, they was waiting for hours.
Oh no, okay, but no, you weren't. That's me. No, you did. You
No,
did.
what you said was real. It was needed. Yeah.
And of course, Sidney was drinking the whole time.
I can feel it.
Genesis, next time you need to make sure that the panelists are sober and on time. Okay, I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit.
I feel like we need to just go ahead and get the elephant in the room out the way. When they say the black woman is hopeless, the brother said he's a passport bro. And I know brothers love black women, but
That's right.
I'm going to ask the brothers. I want either one of you decide who could go first. Is there any truth, or if you want to chime in, Saneter, you could definitely, but is there any truth to that in this room? Because you hear it on the internet a lot. And is it bleeding over into real life? Is it time to get away from black women and divest and go overseas? I know you're a husband of 2 black women, but I don't know this brother. So should we start with him and then whatever? I want to talk. I want to talk to.
I know my second wife I married overseas, but anyway.
Oh, okay.
Wait a minute.
Well, go ahead. I'm gonna let you talk. You brothers.
Just
You've been
wanted to get
talking
into the
all that
poly
shit.
thing.
Sisters,
Like
listen,
you the
because
black king
we're
of
gonna hear-
Africa and you got 2 wives.
No, they do over there.
You hear this, Johnny? He got 2 wives.
They actually no, they
I
do in
support,
Africa.
I care for, and I love 2 beautiful women.
Hi, Jackie.
No, I've heard of that in Africa that they have multiple wives.
It's
but
not just in Africa, it's everywhere.
this guy don't look African. You look.
Okay,
you look
shout out
It's
to
not just in
Naptown.
Africa, it's
Okay.
everywhere.
More
I would say
American
this,
look.
guys.
It
Oh,
fits
let's
who-
hear
it
from
fits
you.
who it fits.
Let's really hear.
Always remember,
From the brothers.
relationships are about the people in them. So you guys have relationships that are harmonious for you guys. Therefore, you shouldn't criticize when people find relationships that are harmonious for them, right? So we're all different. The main goal is that you find a relationship that works for you and be honest. in that
Y'all both
commitment,
live
right?
together. All 3
us
of us.
live together. Yes, ma'am.
Wow. Okay.
We need to get back to that question about the black. I want to talk because you know what? I'm always online hearing the brothers say this stuff about the black woman. I want to hear it in live
Do
and
you
in
save
person.
2 for 1?
I don't believe.
We're gonna get to the polygyny soon. Go ahead, talk to us about the black. Is the black woman hopeless?
No, they're not. No, they're
Talk
not.
on it.
I do believe you run across the right person. That right person allows you to open up as a woman. It allows you to sit back in your femininity. Right? I believe that with all my heart, point blank, period. Now, I do understand that it is a popular thing nowadays for women to sit more in their masculinity, but that's only for comfort, that's for protection or whatnot. Right?
Can I ask y'all this? Does sex make the relationship? Because I feel like if there is no good
Yes.
sex in
Sidney,
it, I'm
that ain't got
leaving.
nothing to do.
I'm leaving.
Yes, the sex.
I
Hold on, I
can't,
meant-
or I'm gonna
Makes it,
cheat
baby.
on
I
you
meant
if
to
we're
put it
married.
on me.
not cut off my
If we
camera.
marry,
Let's come back to that.
fuck
Okay. So I want to talk about the women being aggressive or more masculine or this or that. As time changes, basically to answer that question, it's not that black women have become more masculine and not enough and not feminine enough and stuff like that. This is the thing, right? Black, very unorganized. The thing is that as time changes, women gets more rights. Women, especially black women, are more educated than black men. Like, I don't have a degree, but a lot of you guys in the chat, a lot of women, black women here in the chat, have degrees and stuff like that. So that's proof in the pudding, right? So, but anyway, as you know, time goes on and we get more advanced and stuff like that. Black women happen to do better than Black men, and it's just a part of it. Does that mean that we have to step our game up? Maybe, but I don't think like a Black woman working, handling her business and stuff like that. I think it's just all women in general have more independence where they don't depend on the men. They don't have to just stay there and basically just take care of the kids. I mean, because until I would say 19, probably until the 1980s, women were just good for having babies. Like, there were women out there that were doing things and stuff like that, but no one seen the independent woman. I think that wasn't popularized until not even the 1980s. I think the 2000s. That's when women like the independent woman, the boss woman, the boss lady, that was really celebrated. I don't think before the 2000s being independent was an independent woman, was that celebrated? I think some men are jealous. Jayla, that possibly could be true. Now, mind you, I was born in 88, so I wasn't born back before time. But I think the whole independent woman doing her own thing and stuff like that, I think that wasn't probably celebrated until the 2000s. I don't think that was probably celebrated before. Where my old heads at? Where the old heads at? But, it wasn't celebrated. And so as time goes on, you'll see more independent women, more women, business owners, CEOs, as time goes on. Like, it's still not fair. Still women make less than men. But as times are getting better, women become more advanced. And that's what it is. And so I think, that power structure and that power dynamic changes. Now, if women were still at home making babies and stuff like that, we wouldn't be having these conversations about a woman being too masculine and all this other stuff. We wouldn't care. We wouldn't care if women were still beneath us. But as they go on and get more advanced, women are, they're surpassing us. They are surpassing us, us as men. They're surpassing us. So it goes along with time. It depends on your socio-cultural perspective. Yes, I agree. Definitely.
Me so good, I don't go nowhere. Oh, it's kids in here. Damn, it's kids in here. Okay.
So I mean, to be honest with you, to be
there we go. Shout out to Pixie.
The sex thing threw me off. But okay, to be
honest with you, congrats to Pixie. That's dope. No, that really is a good thing. Yeah. But like I said, like I believe like the whole independent thing, not saying that there wasn't independent women back in the day. I'm not saying that at all. However, I don't think that was something celebrated until the 2000s. What's up, Lefty? Lefty, you got a few years on me. You probably know about this. But yeah, that whole independent woman and the strong one, all that, I don't think that was until the 2000s, really. I'm originally from Detroit, and we was talking independent late 90s. Okay, late 90s, early 2000s. That's when it was. Okay, there we go.
Point blank period. I do believe there's someone out there for somebody. There's someone out there with a thick head that'll go through that. There's somebody that'll take that $200. There's somebody that'll marry this man twice over. There's there's someone out there for everybody. Point blank period. And like you said, if you see somebody, like she said that earlier, please said that earlier. If you see somebody relationship, take a piece out of it. If you hear some advice that might help you later on in life, or might be a bit of help within your relationship, take a bit of that and tailor it to yourself. The sisters were talking about within a relationship. I didn't get to answer this question, but we were talking about conflict. First of all, when you're in a relationship, take the negative undertone words out of your relationship with that person that you so-called love. Take the negative undertones out.
Examples.
Argument, like an argument. I'm going to call it an argument. I have an argument with somebody on the street. I don't have an argument with my significant other. You know what I mean? I have an emotional discussion, because the problem with these words is they carry negative vibrations. They carry negative vibrations. So if I'm looking,
I like the way he put that. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and end the show right here, you guys. But all in all, I think them putting on this show, I definitely have to give them kudos, both Real Life Productions and and Genesis, for putting this on. If it was just structured a little differently, again, even though I'm not a big fan of Saneter and Nepah, I do feel like they would be good on a different panel. Taurus and Kevin, definitely, they were the stars. They brought the intellect. They brought the deep discussion. But I have to say this, because the reason why I wanted to end it there, you guys, is because I don't get the whole needing to be. Is Jessica still here? Jessica, raise your hand if you're still here. And if you actually want to, hold on, let me stop sharing my screen. If you actually want to come up, and you can be an avatar, you don't have to show your face. You can be an avatar. I just want to understand, like, to be in the Black conscious community, do you have to be in a poly relationship? And mind you, I'm not anti-poly at all. Like, if people want to be in a poly relationship, I'm completely fine with that. But why do you have to be a poly in order to be in the Black conscious sector? And is there women who have a whole bunch of husbands, or is it only the men? Because you hear them talk like, oh, we love and respect the Black woman, but they have like 30 wives. So how much respect do you have for her if she's one of 30? I just don't understand that part. Oh, you in your eyes here? Okay, just comment then. Yeah, I just don't understand the correlation between and now just a child to, oh my God, Jessica. This video probably already demonetized. It is what it is. Polyamorous, however you say the other word, but multiple partners and stuff like that. Like well, in America it's not legal, so you have to, no name. But I just think, like, if you want to be in a polyamorous relationship, just do it. You don't have to be trying to preach the word to everybody, because what gets me with the whole Black conscious community and stuff like that, a lot of their supporters, they have a lot of men, but a lot of their supporters are women. And I feel like they're using that whole community, Black consciousness, and we need to get together and stuff like that to draw in those single women who are desperate for a man, and then manipulate them, brainwash them and stuff like that. That's how it feels to me. That's how it feels to me. There is none. They all pump faking. Pump faking. Right. Yeah, polygamy. Polygamy is, yeah. Polygamy, yeah. Like, you can't legally get married to multiple different partners. Yeah. And I'm glad that they did mention, like, no, it's not just in Africa. They have multiple wives. They have them in Asia and, different countries and stuff like that. It's all over. A lot of cultures have it. But they're not on YouTube. And it seems like with this new woke culture and shit like that, this whole, Pan-Africanism, which that's a larger and deeper conversation. But a lot of these people are trying to preach this as some kind of Pan-Africanism, and, oh yeah, they did it over in the motherland and we got to bring these practices. The white man is the one that told you to only have one partner, which, if you go over to the continent of Africa, yes, they do have polygamy and stuff like that. However, there's more single families than a whole bunch. Yeah, there's not a whole bunch of different Africans with a whole bunch of wives and stuff like that. That's a myth. Most people on the continent of Africa are with one person and not multiple wives. That's just something that people say to almost justify it. My boyfriend's father has 4 wives, but he's Egyptian. Okay. And this starts sliding right back to the Nature Boy. Not exactly, because that's how Nature Boy, and mind you, Jessica knows more about this than me. That's why I was trying to get her up here. But Nature Boy originally started with the whole black consciousness and trying to say we need to grow our own food, grow our own vegetables and stuff like that. And then somehow it turned into a sex cult. And they are literally um, it seems like they're using that to push that narrative of having multiple wives and stuff like that. You know what I mean? That's what I'm getting to. Everything is a play to them. Everything means to make it means to make money. They know black folk want to be preached to and are vulnerable, so it's just a method to teach something they can benefit from. Yes, yes, exactly. That's what it feels like to me. Like, let me just sell y'all some BS and preach to y'all. But really, I'm doing this so I can get my multiple wives. And it's all about, having multiple wives and having a lot of money. That's what the Black conscious community teaches you. I have not seen any of them build a school. I have not seen any of them build a library. I have not seen any of them build a black hospital, black dental, black mental health facility. I have not seen them take their money and invest it into the black community. And if I'm wrong, y'all can definitely correct me, but I have not seen any of those woke black conscious people invest their money into the actual community. I have not seen it. Have you guys seen it? I'll wait. If you can tell me if they have, I'll wait. Okay, we're gonna be waiting here all night. All right, so I'll move on. But I haven't seen that. Yeah, Saneter was like the ringleader. He was he's like or he is, I should say, the main guy, and they all filter through him. And he basically co-signed a lot of these people, right, Jessica? He co-signed them. But I think in a way, he probably feels like, damn, I honestly feel like Dr. Umar came and kind of took over and he popularized it, and he's kind of doing his own thing where everybody else is just talking on YouTube. That I don't see Saneter or anybody else going on the Breakfast Club or anything like that. I think a few of them have. Well, Brother Polite has been on the Breakfast Club, but other than that, Dr. Umar is the only guy who's been on different networks and stuff like that. But you don't get too many people. Oh, we got Jessica here! Oh shit! For the first time, we got Jessica. Okay, let me let her up. Okay, what's up, Jessica? How you doing?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you perfectly. You're good.
Oh, perfect. This topic is a trigger for me, and I don't know why you are even. So I started watching YouTube, following a lot. Excuse my language, following a lot of these black scamming as Negroes, and all of them came through Saneter. All of them came through Saneter. So Saneter has been around since the 80s, 90s on the streets of New York.
Damn.
In handling, giving out pamphlets about, the woke movement and black consciousness and whatever. Umar came through him. Young Pharaoh came through him. What's his name? Polite came through him. Nature Boy came through him. And a lot of them came through, if you don't know anything about Dr. York, Malachi York, a lot of them came through Malachi York, who is currently in prison for one of the largest child abuse charges. So a lot of this is it stems from a lot of that cultish behavior. Black people, generally speaking, because not all of us, we're very vulnerable because a lot of us, we don't know where we really came from. We don't really have any connection to our ancestry and our roots. So a lot of us want to be led. So
Right.
anybody who sounds like they know a little more than what we know, we listen to them, and we're vulnerable to whatever people are willing to preach and teach. A lot of it is bullshit. It's a means to make money. And that's all
And
it is.
and Melanie mentioned the Black Israelites too. That's another one.
Yeah. Yeah. So anybody who sounds like, and this is what's frustrating, anybody who sounds like they can talk with a little bit of what, what sounds like they know something, because if you really listen to a lot of the words that people are using, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. If you listen to Umar, a lot of the terminology he uses is not even the terminology that we use in the mental health field now. So that, it's people who, have if you don't have a grounding in some of these backgrounds, you don't know that you're being fooled. You don't know that somebody is just talking to you fast to get you to, spend your money. And so that's really what all of this is rooted in.
Right. All about the money. And so if I'm understanding correctly, Jessica, they were on the streets preaching this before the whole YouTube and everything like that.
Saneter was. Saneter
Sonetta
was.
was,
And
yeah.
they used to do the debates and everything out in the streets or whatever before they got big on YouTube. But Saneter is responsible for the majority of them. And that is why all of this, he didn't know who did what. He knows a lot more than what he's willing to admit that he knows. And all of them came through Umar. I mean, through Saneter. I'm sorry.
Sonetta, yeah.
And
Yeah.
the whole him and Nepah being on people's panels talking about relationships is like laughable.
No,
That's
you said something.
laughable.
There's a video that she did. What was that about?
Apparently, there's videos on the internet of her, inappropriate videos of her on the internet. From what I understand, she was with somebody else in the conscious community prior to Sanada. So this is like their little community of they just passing each other around.
Yeah, that's what Nature Boy was doing with the whole. Yeah, he basically manipulated those women, and he has videos. The kind of adult videos on all those different women, even the men. He has videos on them.
And then when you add a layer of mental health issues on top of that, because it takes a certain type of person to do a lot of stuff that they're doing. Nature Boy has severe mental health issues. A lot of them there's a certain type of person, you have to have a certain type of personality disorder to be able to do a lot of the stuff that these people do. So a lot of them are just mentally disturbed, like your
Right,
friend.
and I believe they prey on the vulnerable.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
the people who are the most vulnerable are people who have mental health issues, because at first I was thinking like, oh, maybe they need to be deprogrammed, but I think their issues are more severe than needing to be quote unquote deprogrammed. Like they need some kind of they need a lot more help, therapy and
Yeah,
other
but
things.
there are people who will target and who will there's a certain type of people, they know exactly who to target. For example, somebody like a Nature Boy, he knows what type of characteristics in the women that he deals with. He knows what makes them vulnerable, and he knows what to prey upon. Predators know exactly how to choose their prey. So it doesn't even have to be that the women have mental health issues, but there's some type of void, some type of something that they're lacking, that Nature Boy knows how to present that he can fill for them. When you have women who, may have issues with, absent father or some type of self-esteem issue, predators know
Mhm.
exactly how to choose their prey. And not even to the scale of a Nature Boy, but even in, relationships, there are men who know exactly how to choose their prey.
Mm.
And they know what type of characteristics and what type of behaviors to look for in women that are going to be vulnerable to them. And it
Ooh.
just takes going through those experiences to know, to learn what that looks like.
Right, right. And
And
somebody
sometimes it
mentioned in
takes
the chat
years.
that Nature Boy has gone through a lot in his
Hmm.
childhood and stuff like that. So yeah, that makes sense with what you were just saying. So he knows what to look for.
He has, but he has also done a lot of those same things to his kids. Because from what I
Mm.
understand, he used to engage in certain type of acts with his kids present. He's spoken about how he had, I don't know if it was daughter, son, whatever, touch his genitalia while he, in the act with him and another woman. So there
Oh,
are some people who have been abused and then they turn into abusers, but that's not always the case.
right. There's
That
just
that's not always the
weird.
case.
There's real perverts out there that didn't have anything to happen. They just yeah.
It can go either way. It can go either way. because you have some people who have experienced abuse and they shy away from that type of stuff, and you have some people who become hypersexual when they've experienced abuse. So it can go either way. There are a lot of other factors that kind of play into, you know, what type of person you turn into when those types of things happen to you. But I
Right.
also think with Nature Boy specifically, and with Umar, with a lot of them, there are other mental health things, other type of personality disorder things that are in play with them.
Yeah. Wow. So Jessica, last question because I don't want to keep you up all night. So were you kind of looking for a community or something like that? Like, how'd you stumble on all of this?
I would just watch YouTube. YouTube is my
Okay.
TV.
Okay.
So no,
So you
no,
weren't
it's
looking to
just
be a part of the conscious community or anything.
absolutely not. I'm one of those people. I will, like, when I see a video or something, I will like dig into the rabbit holes. So I'm one of those people. I'll watch the documentaries, or if somebody's name pops up and there's some interesting information, I'll go and look for more information on that person. Like I jumped into the Malachi York rabbit hole to learn information about him, to find out how far his reach was. There are a lot of musicians that were part of his cult. India Ari, Music Soul Child, 21 Savage. There are a lot of people who kind of grew up with, yeah. He was also, his son is Jacob York. He was Biggie and Little Kim's manager. So it's just one of those things where if I hear something interesting, I'll go and do some research, because I'm just one of those people. I like to have information.
Right, right. So you were never like interested in being a part of this. It was just
Oh,
like, oh, let me.
absolutely
Let
not. Absolutely not. I got enough
I
mentally
thought
ill people in
they
my damn
winked you out
family.
your money.
Listen, absolutely not. If I want to deal with crazy people, I'll go to my mother's house and see my siblings. Absolutely not.
Oh my God, Jessica, thank you for coming up. I appreciate you. I love you to death. Thank you.
Love you too. Bye bye.
All right, have a good one.
Yes, sir.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Jessica. Thank you so much. Um, Melanie, do you have an experience with them? Because you're from New York. Do you got experience or no? Can you please ask her, is it requirement to the conscious community to not bathe in? No, I think that was just a nature boy thing about the non-bathing. The rest of them look pretty showered. I would say they do shower. I think that was only I think that was only a nature boy thing. But yeah, whoa, that was crazy. Okay, I'm gonna have to do like a video on that. And I remember Jessica told me about York before too. So Malachi York, I need to go ahead and look that up, and so I can do a video on that. But this was definitely a good topic. Somebody said this was good content. But yeah, I thought it was very interesting. The conversation, just the whole conscious thing, it just kind of had my mind going. I was like, I want to stop it right here so I can actually dissect that a little bit. And I remember I said something to Genesis. I was like, oh, so, you have on your channel all that Pan-African stuff, is that kind of like she was like, what Pan-African? Like, I don't understand. I don't get it. And I was like, okay. I was like, damn. Genesis is probably going to be the next victim in the conscious community. Oh, wait, she was already a victim. And that's a different conversation for a different day. I'll wait for her to get here to have that conversation. But yeah, no, I didn't join that mess. I just remember them being on the street screaming, trying to get recruits. Okay. Yeah, so I wonder, like, because it's kind of like, okay, so the Black Israelites, they still be on the street trying to get everybody. The Muslims, they still out there. But this Black conscious sector, they moved over to the YouTube and stuff like that, which was smart because you can branch out in the audience and stuff like that, branch out to people all over. Where, like the Nation of Islam, because I'm from the Bay Area, they always out selling bean pies and handing out newspapers. So I know about the Nation of Islam. And then the Israelites, be trying to give you them pamphlets talking about we the real Black Hebrews and and all that stuff, right? So I see them on the street, but I don't see them online. It's more online. Oh, okay. So they are online. Okay, they are online. Okay, I guess I just haven't seen them on. Well, hey, if I'm not looking for it, then yeah, I don't see them. But you know, it's a lot. Sounds like a lot of the move community we had here in Philadelphia. Oh, okay, Winnie, I got to look that up. The move movement. Okay. Yeah, like I say, it starts out something great, like, oh, let's come together, let's, do this, do that, build a community, build, wealth and all this stuff. And then it gets sick and twisted somehow with, influenced by drugs and predators and all that stuff. And then it just goes to shit, basically. And it's all like, damn, is there anyone out there that we actually can trust? I guess not, right? All right. Anyway, you guys, thank y'all for enjoying the show. I appreciate all of y'all. Shout out to all my AT tubers. Make sure you guys go ahead and hit that like button, thumbs up, all that good stuff. I didn't see any Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, but if you did, I'll always thank you later. It feels good to be back. And so we're just going to be knocking out content the next few days until I go back on vacation. But I love y'all. Deuces, everybody. We out.